Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna, and today I am here with the talented Amanda Kate Ferris. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing awesome. And I know you were just explaining that you're at the ranch and stuff. So, and in Texas, I don't know what area of Texas it is, but what's the weather like? Because Florida's just hot.
Yes. Well, Texas, in true Texas fashion, it was yesterday. We had a beautiful day yesterday, and then I woke up this morning and it was cold again. So, right now it looks like it rained last night, and it looks like it might do it again. But it's Texas, so don't ever get used to it because it could change in 5 minutes.
That's awesome. It sounds pretty much like everywhere else but Florida. Florida's always hot, or you get these all of a sudden rainy moments, and that's it. It's hot and
Right.
rainy.
I know
That's it.
my cousin's I have a cousin in Fort Lauderdale, and she's always, part of me is like envious because she's always just in shorts and flip flops. Like she's in summer year round,
Mhm.
which I think I would love. But at the end of the day, it's like we have the humidity here in Dallas, and by the end of summer, I'm so sick of it. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I want winter. And so my cousin's always like, see, you say that you want summer year round until that humidity sticks around for too many days. And after, 3 months of some pretty gnarly humidity, it'll make you want some wintertime.
Absolutely. It's an adjustment period. Moving to Florida was definitely an adjustment 15 years ago almost now. So yeah. But I do leave in the summer when that's like the worst time. So like to go to the Pacific Northwest where there's a lot less humidity.
There you go. That's a beautiful part of the country for sure.
Absolutely. So we love to start off with the most difficult question. Who is Amanda Kate Ferris?
Awesome. Well, gosh, I guess it depends on when you're catching me. Right now, I'm in, full cowgirl mode, dealing with my horses. But on any given day, I'm, a mother, a wife. I think tonight, what I'm thinking about is what I'm going to cook for dinner. I got to go pick up my daughter from school. And so I'll be doing that. But then last night I was at the Radio Music Awards for Texas, and in full glam and fake eyelashes doing the artist thing. So I just kind of feel like, I get to live a lot of different lives in one, and I feel very blessed. But I definitely have a lot of different sides to me for sure. Just depends on what day it is.
Well, I totally agree with that. I think as women, we wear many hats regardless, whether it's just, whatever our role is at work, at home, and everywhere else in between. So it's just,
Exactly.
so your EP is out, Pedal Steel. You want to tell everyone a little bit about that, how exciting it's been to kind of get it out into the world and
Yeah, so the EP came out, and honestly this music, and I've said it so many times, but I'm so proud of it. It's the best music that I've ever had the opportunity to record and sing, and we're getting to play it live for fans, and just seeing people connect with it is just an incredible experience. I was saying, last night there were so many people that came up to me talking about the songs that they loved the most off of the EP, and of course Pedal Steel's my personal favorite. But there's so many people that love Tequila and Jesus, and that have said, that song, gosh, that's me. That song where I've been in my life, is living, somewhere between, just needing a nice cocktail, drinking a margarita, but then also sitting and having some prayer moments just because life is crazy, and then there's songs like When I Think About You that is just really intimate, and a song about loss, and the people that attach themselves to that, and how they attach themselves to the songs is always interesting. For me, I tend to bring it from a place of loss, when I lost my mother, and so that's where I sing that from. But then I met some guy last night that was talking to me about how, for him it was a divorce, it was an ex-wife, and people that have when they hear it, they're like, man, like when I think about you, that song, the lyrics remind me of this, a dog that I lost, it's so it's music is just, it really does. It speaks to people in such different ways. And those stories are why I do this. It's why I get to do music, is to just touch people and keep us all connected.
Well, and it's all universal. I mean, that's the one thing about music is, even a story that you think is just yours alone, when you put it out there, it's so amazing to see how many people do connect with that in one way or another, or how.
Yep.
So I will say I was hooked on Tequila and Jesus the first time I heard it. I don't know what it was. It was just, I was hooked on it. I was on repeat for a while and I'm like, okay. So
Yeah.
now that was even before it was released, because I had that privilege to listen to it before it was released. So as we were rating our little review and stuff, I'm like, this is awesome. This is there's some songs you just stick on, and that was it for a while.
Aw,
But the
thank you.
whole EP is
It is.
great.
Thank you. Tequila and Juice is it's a really good song. I think lyrically it's very relatable, but then also melodically the music to it just feels good. It's really easy on the ear, and yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
Absolutely. So who are some of the women that have inspired you musically?
Gosh, we were just saying yesterday, they're asking me we were on the red carpet and they're asking me kind of influences. And honestly, I mean, there's so many different women. My mom was my biggest influence. My mom was a singer-songwriter. But growing up, I mean, it was Winona Judd, it was Reba, it was Martina, Faith, Carrie Underwood, Miranda, has inspired me. Now it's like Lainey Wilson has come on the scene, and watching her success and just watching her grind and her grit has inspired me. And there were artists last night, local Texas country artist, a good friend of mine, little Miss Peyton Howie. She's all of 21 years old, and she's just busting her butt out here. She inspires me. I'm inspired all the time just by strong women that don't take no for an answer.
Oh, absolutely. Those are all great women that you mentioned. There are so many awesome ones, and the list can go on and on. Would you like to do our 13 crazy questions now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and I promise we won't get arrested because you probably live on a ranch and have enough land. We don't have to worry about that. So tell me, do you have any guilty pleasure music on your recent playlist?
Guilty pleasure music. Honestly, I think the weirdest thing that I listen to that I think always shocks people is that I really love like really hard rock. So like when I'm running or working out, I like to listen to like heavy rock music, which I think is shocking because I think people just think I listen to country all the time. But yeah, but every once in a while, if I'm like running or really wanting to like get a good workout in, you'll probably hear, you know, anything from, Pantera to, Guns N' Roses, or, but I tend to like rock music.
Nothing wrong with that. I always say good music is good music. We were talking about Hailstorm the other day, that being someone else's favorite, and they're like, because I mean, country music, you would automatically think again. I'm like,
Yep.
I never assume. That's one thing I never assume. I listen to everything, so it's great to hear. Finish this line. Today, my favorite song is.
Oh, gosh. My favorite song. Today, my favorite song is Sedona by Will Jones.
Nice. Tell me the best concert you've ever attended.
The best. The best concert. Oh God, there's so many for different reasons. Entertainment wise, I'm gonna go with Pink. Just for the fact that what she does physically while being a vocalist is
Mhm.
unheard of. Like I was just sat there in awe. Um, but I think the best concert, I'd have to go with probably the Eagles. I saw the Eagles fourth row when I was 19, and that like changed my whole world. It was 4 hours of hits after hit after hit, and that definitely, that really showed me what like a legendary artist, like what that looks like, and so that was really special.
Oh, those are both great concerts. I can't even. Yeah. Oh, so can you give our audience some music recommendations they need to listen to before they die? Artists, albums, whatever.
Um, Gosh, up and coming artists. So some of the artists that I just love right now, I said Will Jones, he's an up and coming. Zach Top, he's somebody that I discovered on TikTok. He's incredible. May Estes, so May Estes, she actually wrote Pedal Steel, and she is a traditional country artist, and her voice is incredible. She's just so talented, and so she's one that I think definitely we all need to be leaning into right now.
Absolutely. Love those recommendations. Tell me something on your bucket list.
I really want to go to Europe. We travel all the time, but I don't like go overseas, that often. And so I've been to England, but I would I'd love to go to Europe. I'd love to go to Ireland, obviously, like in my Scotland. I have this vision of like riding horses through just like beautiful rolling hills in Scotland. And so that would be a bucket list for me for sure.
Okay, well, if you go to Scotland, take me with you. I'm just going to go detour over toward the beach. There's an area I've always wanted to see. So, I'll just you enjoy the horses and running through the hills, and I'll just hang out at the beach, which really isn't a beach as we would think here. It's more like get your jacket on and enjoy it. So
there you go. We can meet at a pub somewhere in the middle.
That's perfect. See? Awesome. Love it. So tell me, if we made a movie about your life tomorrow, who would you want to play you?
I feel like if we made a movie about my life, I don't know, maybe I'd go with like maybe a Drew Barrymore, like somebody who's like funny and like has a really fun personality and can be goofy, but also understands like the weight of what my life has been. I think with some of the like loss that I've had to go through, and just life for me has been pretty crazy. It's been kind of a roller coaster, so it would have to be somebody that could cover a lot of different emotions. And so I don't know, I'd probably go with like a Drew Barrymore.
Oh, wonderful. We'll call her up and get started. Can we use your ranch to film? Because we need a location now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Perfect. Wonderful. Do you have a game plan for zombie apocalypse?
Let's see, a game plan. Well, the fact that we're in Texas, I feel like I already have like a leg up here, just because if a zombie apocalypse happens, like you want to be more secluded. We would probably hunker down somewhere in the middle, like toward the middle of the ranch. My husband's a police officer, so we would be armed. We would be prepared. Perfect. There's cattle here, so we would have food, which would be good. The water might be an issue, but we could probably figure that one out.
Awesome. I love that game plan. I like it. Tell me something you would never do.
Never. I'd probably never go bungee jumping. I know it's like I would go skydiving. That doesn't scare me, but the thought of, I don't know why, there just seems like there could be a lot of error that would happen with like bungee jumping. I don't know what it is. I see people do it and it instantly just gives me the like, no, that's not a smart idea. Like, let's not do that. But I would probably go skydiving, which probably sounds even crazier because like why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane? But yeah, I'd go with bungee jumping.
Yeah, I'm out on bungee jumping. I've seen a couple of those where like recently, I don't know which social media, the gentleman was on vacation and he jumped off, and like 4 feet from the water, the bungee broke, and I'm like, no, like I was panicking. I'm like, he was okay though, but I'm like, it was on, I think it was on TV actually. Now that I said that, one of the news stations, I'm like, that scared me. I'm like, I'm over here going, no, I'm like, and like, yeah.
Yeah, see, it could happen. That or like swimming with sharks. When people are like, "Oh, I swam with sharks," I'm like, "No, that doesn't. No. Nope. I don't think that's a good idea."
Well, we do that normally here. Where I'm at, I'm near an area that's Venice Beach, which is the shark tooth capital of the world, considered. Okay, so there's always like there's nurse sharks, and there's a lot of none, but occasionally you have like the tiger shark, which bites anything. But typically, you kind of can see them coming. They're not usually coming too close, mostly, but technically, that is swimming with sharks. I'm in the same ocean. See?
Yep. There you go.
Oh, so hypothetically, if I called you and said, "Hey, Amanda, I have a dead body I need to hide. Do you know a good place?"
Good place. I mean, we do a lot of driving here in Texas on these highways, and there's some stretches where there's a whole lot of nothing. So I feel like if it was going to happen, I mean, anywhere actually the on like 40, probably like 40 and on their way to New Mexico, like that
Mhm.
would probably be a good spot. Just go toward the desert and just like keep going. And that would probably be good.
I've been on that road, so yeah, I could probably say you're right. It's very desolate there sometimes. Oh, so tell us something you're afraid of.
Um, Gosh, I think like just overall loss of loved ones like always scares me. Like I go through, and especially being a mother, there's just
Yeah.
something weird about once you have kids that like my daughter is at school and I'm always panicked about her getting hurt or something happening to her. Um and it's I don't know if it's just natural, but I think that that's probably my worst fear, and what I'm scared of is just something happened to my daughter. As a mother, you just never want anything bad to happen. So,
Absolutely. And I think, growing up has been so different. I mean, I hate to say that I'm part of that Columbine generation, but we haven't seen that legislation change that we need for to help protect our young ones. And it's sad, but hopefully, hopefully they'll start passing some stuff and parents can worry less and
mhm.
yeah.
It is. It's so crazy. Like I never thought. I mean, it impacts you no matter if you have kids or not. Anytime you
Mhm.
hear like tragic news, but it definitely once you have a kid, it's like it's crazy. You just want them to be close to you. Like I just want her to go everywhere with me. I'm like, I know she needs to go to school and I know she needs to have friends and experience things. But part of me is like, I think you just need to be homeschooled and you just need to travel everywhere with mommy and I will be your best friend. You don't need friends. I'm your friend.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I love that. All right. So now on a more positive note, while we're meeting at that pub in the middle of somewhere in Scotland, would you go to karaoke with me?
Absolutely.
Okay. I will not tell you that I'm slightly tone deaf and probably off key, but it's all good because we already have alcohol, right?
You're going to be the favorite. I think singers that go to karaoke ruin it for everyone.
I'm not a big karaoke person, so I guess I'm gonna have to test this theory out now. I'm gonna have to.
It's always people always are like, "Oh, you're a singer, let's go do karaoke." But I think it's always more fun when you can't
I,
sing and you sing at karaoke. Like that's what makes it fun and funny. When people get up there and like can actually sing, I'm like, that's not cool. Like you just ruined the whole vibe.
no, it's nice to have good singers. If we don't know you're a singer, like we just go out and be like, "Yeah, this is my good friend. You can change your name to whatever you want," and be like, "Yeah, we're coming out to sing," and yeah, she's a great singer. Yeah. Oh, so if you could be any person or any position for the day, person like Dolly Parton, right? Or position CEO, surgeon, whatever. Who or what position would you want to be for a day and why?
hmm. Position or person? I mean, being Dolly Parton for the day, that would be pretty epic. I mean,
Mhm. Yeah.
she has the ability to talk to like world leaders, but then also can do anything she wants in music. I mean, the sky's the limit for her creatively. Like she could literally do she has a theme park for crying out loud, you know? So Dolly Parton, that would be a good one. I feel like I stole that. You hinted at that though. You gave me that one. But yeah, that's probably
That's
Dolly.
because I would love to do that for the day. Just even for like as a writer, like that is just to me, like I don't think I could keep her hours, like go to bed early and get up early type of thing. Because that 4 in the morning is hard to do.
Yep.
I'm sure that maybe as I get older, it might change, but I'm still not that morning person. I pretend to be sometimes, but still not there. Never will be. But yeah, that whole get up early and write and have that quiet time, and it's just yeah, good person. Couldn't agree more. So, do you have any words of wisdom you live by? And if so, what are they?
Um, Words of wisdom. I've always said, I think the one thing that I always live by is when it comes to music, there's so many opportunities for artists to get discouraged. It's hard, you're focused on streaming numbers and fans and ticket sales and how many followers you have, and there's so many ways that you can look at it. And a lot of times you can compare yourself to other artists and who's doing well, and especially being a female, it's really hard. I think, I get a lot of comparisons to other female artists, and although a lot of times it's flattering, it's also hard because I just want to be me,
Yeah.
and so I've always said, music needs to be about one soul at a time and about one person at a time. And my mom always told me that you've been given a gift, and that gift is to share music with the world. And that might be for one person. If it changed one person's life, or if one person felt like that song spoke to them, then you did your job, because that's what you were put on this earth to do. But the minute that you get obsessed with fame and numbers and trying to, it's exhausting, but I think the more that you just look at it as one soul at a time, and sometimes it's one and sometimes it's 100, and but right now I'm just trying to keep my feet on the ground and keep doing music, and I feel blessed to do what I do.
Oh, and you have amazing music.
You.
Because I love, it's funny because we say, I don't want to say traditional country, because it's not that traditional. It's just that the regular country that we don't hear on the radio anymore, whereas we hear that pop country on the radio more and more, right?
Yep.
At least I should say on the bigger stations, but it's nice that we have other stations that will play like everything, and not classify it to Americana or this or that. And it's country, and that's where it's sit to me. I don't know. But anyway, tell me, what do you have coming up for the rest of this year? Have some tour dates, anything really super exciting coming up?
Yeah, so we've got a ton of stuff. We're playing some local shows coming up here in Fort Worth, which we're excited about. We're gonna head out with Casey Donahue, so we're gonna go open for Casey Donahue in Arkansas, which is awesome. He's an incredible Texas country artist and has an awesome fan base, and so we're excited to kind of get to share my music with them. I've got a vacation. I'm going with my family. We're going to the Dominican Republic this summer. I'm excited about that. My family friends are coming into town, and so my best friend, she just had a baby, and so we're gonna have some family time. So a lot of really good things. But as you know, more than anyone, in the name of music, things can change tomorrow. So who knows? Talk to me in a couple of weeks, and maybe I'll have a big tour planned.
Okay, we're gonna have a international tour, right? That way,
there you go.
Scotland thing, and yeah, perfect. It has been such a great opportunity to sit with you today, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining me, and thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode. Make sure you check out Amanda Kate Ferris's links below here, and go pre-save and download and stream her newest EP, Pedal Seal. And if there's anything else you want to add there, tell me to follow you on your socials and Instagram and.
Yes, just follow me on all the channels, stream the music, share it with your friends, your family, your mama, and your grandma.
Absolutely. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.